Hey Frailers, well, it's time for another folk song of the week. And this week I'm going to do a song by John Hiatt. I don't know how many of you remember or have heard of John Hiatt, but among other things, he wrote the song Crazy Little Thing Called Love for Bonnie Raitt. But this is a song called Slow Turnin'. And let's get right into that. When I was a boy, I thought it just came to ya. I never could tell what's mine, but it didn't matter anyway. My only pride and joy was this record down here, banging on an old guitar, singing what I had to say. I always thought our house was haunted. Nobody said boo to me. Never did get what I wanted, but I get what I need. It's been a slow turning from the inside out. A slow turning, baby, what you come about. A slow learning, but you start to sway. A slow turning, baby, not fade away, not fade away, not fade away, not fade away. Now I'm in my car, I got the radio down, and I'm yelling at the kids in the back, 'cause there's like Charlie Watts. Think you come so far in this one-horse town, and she's laughing that crazy laugh, 'cause you haven't left the parking lot. Time is short, here's the damn thing about it. Gonna die for sure. Gotta learn to live with love or without it, but there ain't no cure. It's been a slow turning from the inside out. Slow turning, baby, what it's all about. A slow learning, but you start to sway. Slow turning, not fade away, just fade away, just fade away, just a fade away, fade away. Okay, now that song's actually a little more complicated than some of the songs I've done recently. It's actually got more chords, but they're all pretty basic chords that hopefully you have started at least trying to use so far. So we're going to start out at the beginning, and the opening verse is just well, I usually like doing these videos all in one shot. You know, I'm not a film editor. I don't like editing stuff together. But I was in the video and I had just finished the music part of it, and I was just about to start telling you guys about how to play it. And I do these videos through my phone, and my wife called me. She's out of town, and that was when she picked the moment, so everything suddenly stopped. Anyway, so I'm going to continue from here. But in any event, okay, so the main verse is the song. It's G to C, and then that old double F. So it's now it's the same chord progression for the chorus, except that there's a very prominent riff in there that I try to simulate at least a little bit, so it's like. And so that's just a slide on the G string from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret. So it's up, back, and pull off. So it's. So in the introduction, it starts out just with 2 bars of the. And then it goes into the main verse, which again is just the simplified. When I was a boy, it just came to you, but I never could tell what's mine, so it didn't matter anyway. Now, one thing I tend to do, and Patrick calls this a full chord hammer-on. And so sometimes what I'll do is, just to break the rhythm up a little bit, I'll strike the open G, and then I'll hammer on with the C. So it's. So that gives you an extra beat in there. So instead of just being the straight strike, strum, thumb, it's strike, hammer on, strum, thumb, you know. So. So now when it gets to what we're going to call the bridge, which is the part that goes, I always thought my house was haunted. That starts with a D. I always thought our house was haunted. Then it goes to an A minor. And the A minor is fingered, both D's, the 4th string and the 1st string, on the 2nd fret, and then the G at the 2nd fret, but the B is at the 1st fret. So, see if you can see. Anyway, so it's A minor, D to, I always thought our house was haunted, A minor. Nobody said, and then it goes to C. Boo to me. Back to D. Never did get what I wanted. Back to A minor. Now I get what I need. It's just a slow, and it goes into the chorus now. And so the chorus is basically the same strum pattern and the same, except as the main verses, except that we've got that riff in there that I try to throw in. So it's. It's been a slow turning from the inside out. A slow turning, baby, that's what it's all about. A slow turning, let it start to sway. Anyway, so really it's that same pattern of the main verse, then the bridge, then the chorus, repeated a second time for the second verse, bridge, and chorus. And that's the whole song. Anyway, so I hope you guys have some fun with that one, and let me know whether you like it or not. And for all you veterans out there, happy Veterans Day tomorrow.